Jamal Adams wants out of New York. What's going on YouTube? It's your man Boys for Life coming at you with another video. Okay, so Jamal Adams wants out of New York. It's official, he wants out. Now there are 7 teams that either he had named or want him, and we're gonna see what best fits him. And the teams are the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Texans, the Niners, the Seahawks, the Eagles, don't know how, but they are there. They're linked to everybody. And then the Cowboys. Of course, the Cowboys. Okay, so we're going to see, it's not going to be a long video. We're just going to see where he fits, where he could possibly end up going. What's more likely to happen. We can already knock off the Ravens. They already have Earl Thomas. He's not going to go there. I don't even know if they'd be able to afford him with Lamar Jackson's deal coming up here in a couple of years. Who else? Who else? The Texans. I'm not sure about the Texans. Who they're safety. There's a couple teams that I'm not sure about their safety situation. But I know it's more likely. He's not going to end up going to the Eagles because, first of all, the Eagles have no one to trade. They have no salary cap for him, and they already have. They drafted a safety. They brought in Parks from the Broncos, and then they have Jalen Mills. Seattle. Seattle's a possibility. The Niners, I don't think so. I'm not sure who their safety is, but I know they got a decent defense. They got a decent defense with Richard Sherman leading the way at corner. But they got a good defense secondary, so I don't see him going there. Like I said, not the Eagles, the Texans. I don't think that's a team that he would end up going to. I don't think they're a team that's going to compete, especially with them getting rid of Hopkins. Seattle, to me, his best bet is Seattle or it's the Cowboys. But let's take a look at Seattle's situation. They want to sign. They're probably going to bring back Jadeveon Clowney, who is yet to sign with anybody. I don't know why the Cowboys don't jump on that. I'm just saying, for a good price, not something too extravagant. No $15, $16 million 1-year deal, nothing like that. But with Seattle, they're kind of money strapped, so I don't see him going there. If any deal happens, it's going to be to the Cowboys, in my opinion. As much as I've said, I want him for the right price. If we were to get him, this would mean that more than likely Dak doesn't get signed. More than likely that money is going to go to Jamal Adams. And listen, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. And it has nothing to do against Dak. It's just Dak is playing too many games in my situation for me. The Cowboys want a 5. The Dak camp wants a 4. It's just it's too crazy and just too much shit for me. I honestly think more likely he would end up with the Cowboys. He would end up with the Cowboys. Now, what price would you give him? Now, with the team that we got, if we were to get a Jamal Adams type of guy, I would honestly trade away my first-round pick. I'm sorry, I would. I would, because then you have, first of all, let's take a look at this. The Eagles lost their best guard, probably of all time, in Brandon Brooks, for the season. They don't have Jason Peters. They have a shaky, what's his name? Andre Dillard. You got a Lane Johnson that's hurt. He's starting to get hurt here and there. And then you have Kelsey, who's getting hurt more often. So you have a offensive line that is in pieces, in shambles. and they're going to have a hard time keeping Carson Wentz upright this season. Mark my words. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck. Just mark my words. That is going to happen. Carson Wentz is going to be scrambling for his life. And no one tell me any different, because if anybody can tell me any different, then why did a whole bunch of Eagle fans just run to the podium once Brandon Brooks got hurt and was all freaking out? They were all freaking out. Not saying the season's over, but pretty much saying the season's over if they don't get somebody. And then they went from the 9th oldest team, or the 3rd oldest team, to the 9th youngest team, lost Brandon Brooks, and now they're talking about adding a almost 40-year-old Jason Peters. I think he's 37 now. So just look at that situation. Look at that situation. So you're pretty much going to be back. You're pretty much going to be taking the division. So that puts you in the back end of the draft. I would seriously give up my 1st round pick for Jamal Adams. I would. In this situation, I would. So that's just something I would do. I would, look at all the variables, and that's what I think a lot of teams don't do, a lot of GMs don't do. They don't look at everything. Like this situation, like I said, you're gonna be basically winning the division with Brandon Brooks. And I heard that, Brandon Brooks is just one guy. He's not. No, he's your O-line right now. Your O-line is gone. Lane Johnson, getting hurt. Travis Kelce starting to get hurt. You have a shaky Andre Dillard. Don't even know who the fuck your left guard is, because your right guard was Brandon Brooks. So, I mean, just it's over. It's over for the Eagles, in my opinion. It is. So it is what it is. But let's be on the lookout of what the Cowboys are willing to give up. My bet is it's going to be a 1st round pick and probably a comp pick that we're getting this year. From one of our guys leaving, from Byron Jones leaving, who's going to bust over there in Miami. Robert Quinn, who is great on turf. And we'll see what he does with the Bears. I don't think he matches what he did with the Cowboys, but it is what it is. So that's all I got. Like I said, it's not gonna be a long video, but let's take a look and see what the Cowboys are willing to offer. If it is a 1st and 3rd, I do it. I would do it in a heartbeat, only because you have the team. You have the offense. You have the offense. You have your linebacking core that is bar none the best. You have Tank Lawrence on one side, and on the other side you're gonna have Aldon Smith mixed in with Randy Gregory, and then Bradley Anai, and then you got your middle, your run stoppers in McCoy and Poe, who have a lot left in the tank, in my opinion. And then your secondary, you just drafted Trayvon Diggs. You finally are gonna probably start Jordan Lewis, who I've been begging for the Cowboys to start for the longest time. Our weak spot is Cheeto, but I think with a different coaching staff, it's going to be a hell of a lot better. These guys are going to be a hell of a lot better, and I'm excited. But we'll see. And like I said, with the team that we have, our offense doesn't need no explaining. Our offense needs no explaining. None whatsoever. You're not going to be able to stop our offense. Our defense is what's going to be our weak point. But if you were to get a guy like Jamal Adams in a trade, a 1st round and a 3rd round, do it. Do it. I would do it in a heartbeat, because if you're looking to win now, I don't give a fuck if it's renting a guy for 1 year. If he gets you that Super Bowl, and I'm not saying we're going to the Super Bowl if we were to get Jamal Adams, I'm just saying, if that's your mentality and that's what you want to do, and you think you got the team, and you think you're one player away, you trade that 1st round pick. Maybe a 3rd, maybe a 4th. Not both, but a 3rd or a 4th with that 1st, and you get yourself a Jamal Adams, and you go out there and you become a top 5 defense, just like that. But that's all I got. I'm out. Peace.